Hi everyone. Several of you recently asked me about disc profiling, so I thought I'd grab myself a quick cup of tea and take you through a real simple explanation, introduction to disc profiling. It's going to be about 5 minutes. Appreciate you busy people, and so I'm going to just rattle through really quickly, top line, because there's always opportunity to talk to me afterwards if you're interested and want to discover more. So first and foremost, disc profiling's been around since the 1920s. A guy called Dr. William Marston developed it. And I see disc profiling, or indeed any of these personality profiles like Myers-Briggs and others, as really have two values. The first one is that it gives you self-awareness. It's very hard to change if you can't be aware of yourself and how the impact you're having on other people. The second thing is so that you start to have an appreciation and understanding of where other people are coming from. So it is really good both for your own personal journey that I do with a lot of my coaching clients, and also developing the wider team dynamic as well. So let's go into disc profiling. So you can see I've got a circle, not a very good circle, but it's as good as you get when you're trying to drink tea with one hand. Let me draw two axes on here. We'll do one from the top to the bottom first, okay? Okay. This one here is it's outgoing at this end, and down the bottom, let's call it reserved. So these folk love people. These people tend to be more happy working by themselves or happy in their own space. Across the horizontal, let's have another axis. Okay. We'll have task, and we'll have people. So these people really interested in getting on with the task. These people really interested in working with people and I suppose being inspired by people, actually playing people give them energy. So DISC, as you can see, we've now got 4 neat little quadrants. So DISC starts with, say, this group over here, the Ds. And Ds tend to, if you think of the letter D, dominant, decisive, dynamic, doers. These are people who are outgoing, but they're very focused on the task. And these folk, they are, I suppose, the great value they bring into an organisation is they're results driven, but can actually take people with them. Very often they will believe that the people are part of the solution getting the result. So you could call them slightly cynical, but they drive the business forward or drive any organisation forward. So results and people, those people there. The next group you've got is over in this quadrant, the Is. Is, they're outgoing and very, very people orientated. So incredibly, tend to love the sound of their own voices, tend to be very good communicators, tend to be able to engage people, bring people together, enthuse, influence, I suppose inspire people. They can also possibly irritate people because they like talking a bit too much, because of course the task is not that important. It's all about the people. And what do they bring to an organisation? Well, they bring that ability to both inspire people and to create enthusiasm. They're a group of people who can really drive enthusiasm in a team. This quadrant down here, S, excuse me, I suppose you call them steady people. They're people orientated, but they're quite reserved. So they like people more than the task, but they are not necessarily wanting to be the centre of attention like the Is. So they tend to be steady. You could say they're very supportive. They like security, status quo, stability. They can also be sensitive. They can also be, I suppose, sentimental. Tend to be very good listeners. And there are certain professions where you find a lot of these folk. But there's a lot of people who are S's, if they're honest in their assessments. What do they bring to a team? Fundamentally, they are team workers. They believe in the people, and they believe in sort of not the task itself, but it's the organisation that's important and the team that's important. So they will really look out for the team. And the final group, which tends to be coloured yellow if you see any of these diagrams, but yellow on white's no good, so I'm going to use this one here, is orange, is a C. C people, I suppose you call them compliant. They are people who are very task orientated and don't really need the people. They don't need teams, but they're incredibly organised and believe in getting the task done. They believe in correctness, critical thinking, they're consistent, they are careful, conscientious. These people in a team ensure quality and compliance. That's actually what they deliver. So that in a nutshell is DISC. What I love about DISC is it's really easy. There are only 4 quadrants, unlike Myers-Briggs, where there's a myriad of them, and indeed layers upon layers in Myers-Briggs. DISC, really easy to use, really easy to start people on their journey of self-awareness or appreciating other people in the team. As I said, really quick to do, only 15 minutes, you've got the answers. And very visual because of the colours. You can make it very visual, and indeed the quadrant and the circle. So I like using it, and I think it's a great tool to use to help teams develop, also to start to get people to think about where they're going and what they bring to a team or to an organisation, where their real strengths and values are in their own lives. And I suppose it allows people to start to create those new perspectives. And it's all about when we stand in other people's shoes, that we actually see the differences in the world, and then we can actually start to find really great solutions together. So, whistle-stop tour of DISC there, done, dusted. If you want to know any more about it, please drop me a line. If you would like me to talk to you about possibly using it with your teams as a really quick introduction to team building or team dynamics, give me a shout as well. And in the meantime, I'll finish off my cup of tea. Take care. Bye.